Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It Tuesday. I am Dr. Suzette Robinson, and I have some highly esteemed guests on here today who is also a part of P2P, and I'm going to let them tell you who they are and where they're from.
Hello, I am Dr. Latanya Telefero. I am from Hampton, Virginia.
And I'm Dr. Rashawn Broadnex from Washington, D.C.
And we're here to help encourage those that are in the cosmetology profession. This can cover from barbering to nail tech. It just covered the whole arena of cosmetology. And we want to talk to you about furthering your education in cosmetology. All of us have been affected in some way dealing with the pandemic, but also a lot of good have come out of this because even though we have to change the way we do some things, our education and all of that, a way has always been made for us to continue our journey in cosmetology. So we as professionals, we're going to talk a little about that in hopes that we can encourage some of you that's looking at this live and some of you all that will be looking at the replay. Hopefully you can gain some knowledge out of the things that we're talking about. And you too may want to get on board to further your education. So with that being said, we'll let Dr. Latanya Terrafero start it off talking about this magnificent organization that we have.
Well, thank you, Dr. Suzette.
You're welcome.
I am a part of National Beauty Culturist League. I am also in a division of the staff of the IOC. And that is where we have a group of professionals that's in the beauty industry. And when I started this journey, I started over 11 years ago. Love it from the beginning to the end. It's nothing like furthering your education. Education can be a book of wealth. Knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. And I believe in this industry, we need to be fully prepared with our whole armor of what we need to do. Like right now with this pandemic, if we wasn't fully educated and prepared, we wouldn't have an idea of how to do our sanitation and are we practicing what we need to do in health and infection control. So it's very important for us to be able to get this information back to our fellow stylists and barbers and everybody in the beauty industry because we are really affected by it. So when you learn and have the education background about what type of infections, what type of sterilization that we need in our industry and how to protect ourselves. So now I'm just so ecstatic that I'm a part of an organization that has equipped me as I started as a senior because I already had degree credits when I came into the organization and I had obtained my doctorate, my postdoctorate, matter of fact, in the science of cosmetology.
And it lets us know that even though we start out in cosmetology, some people think that's as far as they have to go. But just listen to Dr. Telefero. We're finding out you can go further. And a lot of people, I didn't know that when I first started. I was excited to be a cosmetologist. I thought that was just it, but then I heard about the National Beauty Culturist League, but I had no idea how to join. I couldn't get no answers on what to do. And so I know how that feels to want to elevate, but you don't know quite how to. And so just listening to Dr. Telefero, it lets me know that this organization can help you further you can advance and become just like a lot of people looking at us, and I see doctor behind each one of our names, and I know Dr. Broadneck is going to bring it clear vision on how that can be obtained in this organization. Hello, Dr. Broadnax. Glad to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Um, Again, my name is Dr. Rashawn Broadnax, and I'm located in the Washington, D.C. area. I am a member of the National Beauty Cultures League Incorporated, which is the national association, but I'm also a member of the Washington, D.C. chapter here, which is located at 25 Logan Circle, Northwest Washington, D.C. And so if you were interested in elevating your education or seeking additional education, you could join the National Beauty Cultures League Incorporated and thereby also join the IOC, which is the Institute of Cosmetology. The IOC is the institute that we've all attended and matriculated through in order to obtain our doctorate degrees or doctorate, postdoctorate level degrees. And you also have the opportunity, if you would like to obtain a bachelor or master's degree, whichever level you'd like to obtain or aspire to, we have that there. And you do that thereby joining the IOC.
You know, I'm sure it's a lot of people just like me, just like you, and just like you, who had no idea that we would be in this place at this time. You know, I'm really excited about what I'm seeing. As I spoke earlier about the pandemic, how it can come and sort of take you off of what the norm or what we call normal. Because during this time, we would normally be in Alexandria, Virginia, which I do miss. But I'm grateful a way is made where we still are able to come together and still do the educational part of this of our organization. And I think I'm more excited about that this year, because a lot of times when pandemics or trouble in any situation will come and sort of knock you off of what you're normally doing, and some people would just say, well, we just can't, we just won't be able to do anything. But it was not like that with us. And I know that people that look at Let's Talk About It, some are licensed cosmetologists, I'm sorry, and some are barbers. They're in this
Beauty.
yes, beauty industry. But also there are some that want to get into the beauty industry. Some want to know about how they can go through the institute to get to go from one level to the next. And I'm glad you spoke about the different levels, because some actually come in as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and so forth and so on. And the educational, in my opinion, is top of the line. Do either one of you all want to speak about anything about dealing with the our education, about some of the classes that we have been, been involved in?
I think that I've been involved in so many classes. I'm so excited because when I started out, I got to see the ground level of a lot of different levels of the school. I didn't realize that we had a beauty school division. That's a division just for people who's in beauty school or just having a trade that they want to seek more of and still can be working towards a degree or a level of excellence. In this industry, you have to have the passion and the level of want to succeed and be in business. I really think that being a part of this institute will make you, mold you, prepare you to be in this business with the time management, because we definitely need some time management.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that lately in a lot of classes. So it makes you be on a strict time schedule. It also gives you financing, because some people can't and don't know how to do financing.
That's good. Yeah.
The biggest thing they also prepare you to do, great leadership. Without leadership, you can't run a business, you can't run a salon, you can't run a barbershop, you can't run any business without having a great leader behind the helm so that we can be successful.
Yes.
And the other thing that I noticed that they have awesome administration, because the administrative part of it and the tools that it shows you what you want to be. When I came in this organization, I said, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I can't wait to do this. Who thought that I was going to be a teacher, the educator? I'm an educator and I enjoy being an educator. I'm a beauty school educator in my state. And I love being a director of cosmetology, and I'm an esthetician. So I have a lot of different licenses, but at the same time, I know how to prepare myself, and it prepared me to be where I'm at, to be equipped and be focused on the drives and how to educate and how to be a good instructor, or how to instruct, or how to basically treat one another, to be amongst our peers. It's nothing like being an international educator when you're able to go to our sisters and our brothers in the Bahamas. I am a national educator. Not only am I in the United States, I have traveled abroad to teach. I enjoy every bit of it. So you have so much when you get a part of linking yourself with an organization that cares, that teaches you and give you informative information about the legislation, how we go up and know, get the extra continuing ed classes that we can get for certain states that needs that continuing ed. We are able to give that with our organization. So we have so much to offer. The National Institute of Cosmetology has so much to offer, and the IOC has even more to offer because we're part of it's bigger than us. Yes, and with us being a part of it, being a part of them organization as you as the president for your state, Dr. Suzette, and where we are trying to rally people from our states to be a part of a membership. Like I'm the president of the Hampton Roads Professional Beauty and Barber Technicians in the state of Virginia. And I'm a local chapter, but yet still we're growing so much that we're going to be a bigger chapter as a Virginia chapter. So we have a Virginia State Beautician Association. Like Dr. Brodnick, he is a member of the Washington, D.C. chapter. Right. So we have so many different chapters that we have, not counting Maryland. And we're always looking for a few good people to want to be an organization to join forces. Can you imagine to be a force to be reckoned with, to be able to, to let people know what you're doing? That's right. I know what you're doing out here. Go out here and let people know, say, hey, I'm a part of a great organization that's actually doing things. I can't with you, Doctor.
Better come on and preach about it.
But it's a wonderful thing. It's to me, it's a passion to me. I'm passionate about what I believe in. I'm passionate about the organization because I believe it has a lot of credibility and a lot of knowledge. The good thing is, it started from way back in 100 years ago, where it was over 5,000 people as members. Now we may be small, but we're small in numbers, but we're about to grow back to that 5,000, and we're gonna be strong. But we're gonna be able to teach and educate.
Absolutely.
Because if we able to we wouldn't be, but this pandemic, we'll understand how to go out here and get these loans that we need to stay in business, and we'll be able to pace ourselves to be able to spend the money correctly. Because there's a lot of people who get the money but don't have a clue. And then when it took so long for us to get that unemployment that each state didn't get or got a little bit of, we would be on a legislation that we would never have to go through that ever again. You know what I'm saying? Again. Because a lot of people was out of work 3 months, 5 months. Some people are back out of work. California, look at California, out of work right now. They back out of work. They can't go out here making money. So we want to stay healthy. And my thing is let's stay healthy first. But are we staying healthy? Let's get some education. Let's educate our minds, stimulate our mind. That's why it's the best thing about it. We can't be together at a conference like we do every year working really hard to produce all this information and
Ah,
make sure we educate everybody. Just imagine. We can
yes.
all get together. We can do it right on Zoom. We're
And
going to
we,
Zoom them all
we zooming
and
right on
educate
that.
them from the comfort of our homes, but to be well educated and well groomed is
Yes.
nothing like it. It's nothing like to be well educated and well groomed and be able to know what you're speaking about and understanding the information. We learn from chemistry. We learn how to write a resume. We learn so many different things. We have a hands-on. We go back to way back basic hair cutting. But you
Which
know
is,
what? People say, well, I already know this. I'm telling you, for every class that you take, you will come out with something. You are
that you
not
didn't.
educated unless you did not take in something. You're not taking in the information. It's something, it can be menial, it can be big, but all that education that we think we got, it's never enough education to grow. It's never.
Well,
So,
you think about it this way. That's really good. Think about it this way. You got to always remain teachable because
mhm,
we don't know everything. Even being an instructor, and I love to teach, but I love to learn too. And being around other educators through the institute, I have learned a lot from different ones that I didn't know, which helps empower me to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, you have to always remain teachable, open to learn, because when you do that, then you will elevate. There's no doubt about it. You will elevate, but you will elevate with a consciousness of being humble. And that's what I love about the Institute, because I've learned from so many of you. I tell Dr. Broadnex all the time, I wear him out. And I tell him all the time how I watch him do some things, and it's phenomenal to me because he do it with excellency. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people just know how to do, and they do it in such a loving way. Because one thing I love about the Institute, if people, he is so silly. If you're not loving, and this is a true statement, if you're not loving, you cannot be inviting.
mhm.
And we're talking about the Institute because we're telling other people how great it is. But if they can't feel that from us, you understand what I'm saying? There is no way you could draw people if that's not in you. And I remember coming to the Institute, and I met Dr. Broadex and I met Dr. Tara Fellow. I looked at her and I said, oh, she looked like a tough cookie. And that's how I looked at her, because she was so stern. And so, but I watched her and I watched him too. And he came to me and he spoke to me in such a loving way till, you know how you meet people and you feel like they hear and you hear. And so, because I didn't know anyone, I just kind of wanted to get a feel of people. And I'm that person. I will get a feel of you. And after I really got to know you both, you all have taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from you. And I think that's, to me, is one of the most strong points that the Institute have, because it has great educators in it. I mean, so many of us know how to do so much, but we have learned not to overbear each other. We have to complement each other in your strength. Well, I'm weak, you pick me up, and that's what I love about this Institute. And Dr. Broadex, with your quiet self and your beautiful fan, I know you can have something to say. Let's listen. Come
Roll
on,
it on in, bro. Roll it
come
on
on,
in.
come on, Wisdom.
Now, you know what, you guys, both of you have said a lot, and I could only reiterate what you've spoken about thus far. I started in the Institute as a freshman, not really knowing what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
But I had the basic gist of what was going to happen, and when I became a member, it was so much more than I thought.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about the fact, when I think about, 9 or so years ago when I started, where the organization was then at that point and where it is now. And so I've seen tremendous growth from then and over those years. And I'm excited about the years that are ahead. And like you said, Dr. T, that there are so many people within our organization that do so many great things. And we really don't know. Like, we know the surface of what they
Yeah.
do. But, you know, when you think about the wealth of knowledge that you immerse yourself into by just coming to a convention, there's always something that you could walk away from. I mean, there's always something that you will walk away with. So, you know, that's one of the things that just excites me. And then also, I have the motivation from looking at the people who are there that are up in age, and to still
Yeah.
listen to them
Yes.
say, oh, I still do hair. And then for a
Yeah.
long time, I was like, oh, you know, as a hairstylist, you only do that for about 20 years. Because, like, can your body really withstand anymore? But then when you have people that say, oh, I've been doing this 50 years and I'm 70 years old, you know, and I still see clients. To
Yeah.
me, that's like a big motivation. When I say, oh, child, I got 5 years left of this, it makes me say, oh, you better put another 15 behind that
Yeah.
and call yourself to do another 20. But, you know, I just think that that's one of the great things. There's a lot of motivation from being around a lot of different people within the industry. And then you have the wealth of knowledge, like was previously stated. So to me, it's just definitely worthwhile if you look into joining, you know,
Yes.
definitely worthwhile if you look into becoming a part of the Institute, because who would not want to learn more about what they say they love?
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. And, you know, learning as you continue to learn more, it gives you power in what you're doing. I can honestly say this: being a part of the Institute has given me confidence or stability in what I do, to the point where, you know, there are some things I probably wasn't confident in, you know, but taking some of the classes, like, I think one time we did have a time management class. I do remember that. And of course, my day, I get up and I just do. And I realized I was just wasting so much time throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, a lot of stuff I should have gotten done, I hadn't even touched. And so I'm learning. I ain't saying I got it down pat, but I'm learning through the Institute how to manage my time and how to put things in its perspective. I tell a lot of students, sometimes when I'm talking to them, it's one thing to be good at what you say you're good at. And I don't use the word fixing hair because I don't fix nobody's hair. But they love to say, well, when I'm good at fixing my hair. Well, I don't fix hair. I've learned terminologies that on a professional level on how to speak. I learned that through the Institute. When I came into the Institute, I was, I think, Master 2 when I came in. And I was just so floored by sitting in the classroom, because I've taken many classes, but I've never taken classes like this. Not, you know, so it was like, okay, this is new, this is different. But what it did for me, is helping me to catapult to another level in this. So when I'm speaking to students that's just starting, I can tell them, hey, it's more to it than just what you know. There's a whole nother world. I ain't gonna call his name because he may be listening to this, but he was my instructor. He was my first instructor. And I told him about, I went back to teach at his school. And I heard about NBCL, and I told him I wanted to join. And his response was, Suzette, you have everything you need. You have your instructor's license. You don't need anything else. And I felt like, why would he tell me that? You know, when it's more out there. He said, so don't even worry about it. Well, of course, you all know I didn't listen to him, because I found out it was a whole new world. It was a whole new world. And so when you're talking to other people and you're talking about this magnificent organization, you want to express to them the same thing. Hey, there's more to it than what you know.
Mhm.
Because today I was really impressed on one of our classes, and I often tell Dr. Broadnax how wonderful he is as a moderator. He can moderate very well, and because we need order. But Dr. Broadnax, that had to be taught to you. You didn't just know to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that that we learn in this organization that helps us to be more professional. I look at Dr. T. Dr. T has a magnificent school. I have had the pleasure to come and grace her place, but she has such an what word I want to use, such an elegant way of treating you when you enter into her school. Okay, so and I'm sure she learned that through the institute. Am I right? You better say that.
No.
Oh, you're gonna get a whooping. You're gonna get a beat down. But I'm saying there are things that you can learn from each other. And I'm gonna tell you what I do like about the Institute. I love how we fellowship. When we are together, it's wonderful. Okay, it's like a family. And everybody knows family have some children that you've really got to work with. You got to work overtime with them. Then you have some you got to put in time out. But that's in every family. But at the end of the day, we love each other. Okay? And so if someone were to ask either one of you, how would I become a part of this organization that you're speaking of? What would you say to them? Don't both of y'all talk at the same time.
Okay, so if you ask
Excuse
me,
me.
how would you become a part of the organization?
Yeah, if someone
Well,
wanted to know.
I would first say, do you have what you need to become a part of the organization?
Okay.
That's the number one thing.
That's a
So with that, I would say, have you at least started your education in the field of, within the beauty industry, in the fields of
Very
cosmetology?
good. Okay.
Because then that way you can become a part of our beauty school, come into our beauty school level. If you're a person who's already licensed, then yes, you're ready to come in right in the undergraduate level, and you can start your matriculation at that point. If you happen to come with elevated credentials, be it an instructor's license, maybe a manager's license, be it a academic degree, a bachelor, master, or doctorate academic degree, you may be placed somewhere else within or on a different level within the institute. But those are different ways that you can become a part of the organization.
Well said. What about you, Dr. T?
Well, if you're in Virginia, first I need you to register for Virginia State Beautician Association. If you're in Virginia, okay. So I'm just I'm plugging in Virginia right now.
I hear you.
And after that, I would say, hey, if this is something, if you want to elevate your education and have a desire to be in this industry, beauty, it's not just for cosmetologists, it's just not for nail. We have in the whole beauty caboodle. We have a division for everybody in the beauty industry. All our information that we have for you is here. If you want a doctorate, if you want a master, if you just want to know, just to be well educated and diverse, you need to join the National Beauty Cultures League. Once you become a part of the National Beauty Cultures League, you're going to want to and have the desire to be a part of our institute, because our institute is a family. If it's up to me, it will what? Be, come on, it will be.
If IoT is for me, it is up to me.
Up to me. So it is up to me to make sure this institute grows and cherished Because at the end of the day, we love, we want to educate you, we want to empower you, and we want to
Yes.
embrace you. And we want to be, if you're teachable, we got you. And if you're not
Okay.
teachable, we're going to help you get the teachable. At the end of the day, but if
You
you
got
want
to
the,
come with a willingness.
you got to come with the willingness. Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, if you don't come with the willingness and you think it's a joke, you won't last. Because those have came and thought they could pass the test and couldn't pass the test. Because you got to be able to pass the mustard to
That's
be in
it.
this organization. Because we are like elite of the elite. We only take the people who want to have a change and want to be fed. Because we want to feed you. We don't want you to starve. We want without knowledge. There's no, you'll starve. So we don't want you to stop. We want you to have all that information so that you can be great. And so we could all be on a great team because we all got a different level of greatness. And I'm like a chain. If you want me to pull you, I'm going to pull you up and push you to where you need to go. So if you're in Virginia and you're looking for a home or you're looking for an organization to be a part of, please
That's right.
call Dr. T. Because I'm looking for people like you to take with me to the National Institute with me. And if you're looking for another home and you don't have one, call me anyway. I can send you to one of my sisters or my brothers. They have an organization in a chapter near you. Because
Yes.
I believe in sharing. I can't have them all, but I don't mind sharing like-minded people with everybody.
That's right.
Everybody. Because see, without power, we have nothing. And we need our power, and that's you.
And you know what? That's a beautiful thing that you said. Now is the time for us to come together. I mean, if we've never worked, if we never worked together, now is a great time to do that. I'm looking at how, and I was telling my children, you know, I said a lot of times we say things out of our head, what we want, but it can't just be in your head. It's got to come from your head, okay? So you got to write it down so you can see it. And nothing's impossible. If you can dream it, you can have it. And the Institute has helped me not just dream, but a lot of things have come to pass since I've been a part of this wonderful organization. I wouldn't take nothing for it. And I'm telling all my people in Alabama, you on this live, you all need to come on and let's get it together. Because I'm grateful that Tawana has gotten in, and I'm grateful. And I do not despise small beginnings because I know they're going to grow to be great things. But you got to start somewhere. You got to see yourself elevating somewhere. That's why being instructors in the Institute and being a part of the Institute, help keeping it together and allowing it to flow. It takes all of us working together as a unit. No one pulling this way and the other one pulling that way. We all have to go the same way. That's why I was so excited and so glad to see that we did not allow anything to defer us from still going forth with our education in the Institute. And I'm looking forward to Dr. T getting on here sometime, talking to you all about, she's a business in a box. She ain't tell y'all that, but if you want to know how to get your business together, which we need to, because I'm telling you, a great example. When the pandemic hit, a lot of us were not ready. And I'm saying that because the monies were available. But if you don't have all your, as my mama said, your ducks in a row, you cannot, and you can't get upset with anybody. I'm telling you, please don't get mad. Now you know I need to get my stuff together, because I'm going to tell you something. That was just one hit. Don't wait till the big one hit and you look like, and you be outside. Because if you know, anybody know that a storm is coming, either you're going to start preparing for it. You don't wait until it's like right at your door and then it's too late. It's too late for that. So what I'm saying now, get your business in order. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to put her information up because she would be glad to work with anybody that's serious about getting your business together. Got to brag on Broadnex right now. I've seen a lot of people do education on wig making and all the things that we do. But when I seen him do his work, not only was he professional, he knows his stuff. It's, you know, people are talented. I get that. There's a difference between, he's so funny, he's silly too. There's a difference in being anointed and talented. Talented means you have the ability to do something, but it is only going to take you so far. Anointing, and that's the best word I can give y'all tonight, takes you beyond. It takes you beyond. It takes you beyond. And he has the anointing. I love it because he's gentle when he teaches. Now, anybody can teach me, you good. Because I may ask you
the 5 braids. He got that 5 braid thing.
You know,
5 braid.
You know, so you
That's
want
all you
somebody
need.
that's gonna be, that's not gonna give you no shortcuts, but gonna give you just the raw, what you need to know. And he is that person, not just wigs. He do a lot of things, but I spoke about wigs because I love his mannerism. I love the way he talks to his students, and I can't wait to get him in Alabama.
Well, stand in line because he's coming back to Virginia.
Well, I'll just come to Virginia. Now, you know I'll come to Virginia. I'll get on I'll come to Virginia.
Yes, he'll be back in Virginia.
Look, and I'll come to Washington. But that's me because this is my family. And anytime they call me, if I can do something to come help them, they know I will get in that black Toyota Corolla and come. Won't I do it?
Yes, you will.
We are family and we're trying to build a legacy. I hear people talk about our industry and say, hey, you know, our industry is going down. I don't know what industry you're in and I don't know what you're talking about, but ours is going this way. So, you know, I don't knock people that's doing whatever it is that they're doing, but it's going to come a time, it's going to be show and tell. Okay. And with this pandemic going on, and we're dealing with all the virus and all of the things that's going on, everybody you need to get in class, get the qualifications, get the certifications is what I'm trying to say, that you need so that you won't have to hide when people come. I remember working in a beauty salon. And 2 or 3 people had to hide in the back room. And I couldn't understand. I said, where they going? He said, shut up.
Perfect opportunity. Right now it's a perfect opportunity because we're not able to work. So it's a perfect opportunity to get all the education that you need.
Yes.
And be legit because I'm telling you, those who out here are getting them loans and who are not legit, the IRS is coming back for you, honey.
Oh, most definitely.
Y'all keep thinking that there's free money out here. It's free money out here, but it's for those who actually supposed to have
that money.
Who don't supposed to have it. I'm telling you, they're gonna do a scope. They might be busy right now. You just better pray that they don't come scope you out and you're not where you're supposed to be because we make it bad for ourselves. Be in business. As I remember this lady used to teach this class and she used to say, are you in business or you plan business?
Oh.
Be business because business is what's going to keep you. And if you don't know nothing about business, get educated about your business. We're all worried about everybody else's business, but we're not into our business. Tap in onto your own business. Figure out where your dollar, how far your dollar can go. Stop trying to count Dr. T dollars, because Dr. T actually worked like 10 jobs. But don't tap into mine. Tap into yours.
That's right. But you know what, T? That is so true because, you know, people, you know, just think about it, you guys. You can hide behind a smoke screen for so long. And then there come a time when you've got to show what you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't never liked to be embarrassed. So I knew the teacher was gonna go down that line. You know, you try to count, she gonna get on this paragraph. I'm gonna go ahead and try to read, man, so I won't stumble. You know, because I don't like being embarrassed. But what I'm looking at now, even on social media, I see a lot of people doing a lot of things, and they're posting, advertising, they're doing all of that. But this is the deal. If you're not certified to do some of this stuff that you're doing, just like Dr. T said, there will come a time you got to answer to that. And I'm here to tell you, you don't want that. I promise you, you don't. And the thing of it is, during this pandemic, while you have time, and you don't have nothing but time, classes are online now. So, you know, you could just get on your computer, use it for good and not for evil, you know, get an, get an education, you know, and start using it so that, because again, y'all, I can't say it enough, the storm is not over, okay? So yeah, and it's storming out in DC, and I saw the light. Oh, it had stormed here earlier. When we were in class earlier, it was storming down here. So what I'm saying is that, like Dr. T said, get prepared. Now is the time. If you're looking at this and you are interested in anything that we've said, and you want to know how you can become a part of the National Beauty Cultures League Incorporated and part of the Institute of Cosmetology, all you got to do is inbox us. We will have the information. We can help you navigate to where you need to go. But like Dr. T said, you got to want it. Dr. Brockness always said, he ain't gonna fool with you if you ain't. And I'm like that. I'm like that. And if you can call me and ask me something, if you're really interested, you will get 110% of my time. But if you playing, I won't call you back. I'm just for real. Dr. T, that ain't you.
No, that ain't me. I'm sorry. Everybody like to waste my time.
And see, but she learning though, because see, she got a kind heart. And that's the thing. We would not be on this, doing this, if we didn't love what we do. And we love it so much till we protect it with all that we have. And we know what we have is really good, you know? And so there will be some that will call. There will be some that's interested, and there will be some that will probably scoop clean past this. But we want the ones that want it, okay?
Don't overlook us.
Yeah.
Don't overlook us, because I'm telling you, if you overlook us this year and you overlook us next year, and then when you looking with us, we have went up another notch and we'd have been gone. Because right now the Institute and the National Beauty Culture League is on a new wave. Get on the roller coaster.
Yes.
Because our roller coaster is about to get deep. And when it gets deep, y'all gonna get left. We're gonna be on the speedy roller coaster, and we're gonna be on the right track for elevation and execution. So don't get it twisted. We have fun, but we are all about our business.
Oh, yeah.
And we are a group of professionals that love our industry, and we want to keep our integrity of our industry, and we want to keep it alive. So please don't hesitate to inbox Dr. Susie, Dr. Brunix,
Yes.
and Dr. T.
And Dr. T.
And anybody else that you know. Don't let nobody stop your dream.
That's
Because
right.
I've seen a lot of dream catchers that try to steal everybody's dream. Don't let nobody stop you for what you want in your heart and your desires. Because whatever you desire, you just ask for it, and God will supply.
Oh, yes, he will.
Hey.
Watch yourself now. And those of you that have been a part of the Institute, and for whatever reason you might have listened to someone who have talked you out of your position and your place in the Institute, come back.
Come back.
Come back humble and go ahead and get what you need, okay? I'm going to tell you, that's why you need to be surrounded with like-minded people. Now, if you got people that don't want nothing and you don't want nothing, y'all hang together, okay? But if you're that person that wants something and this other person talking to your ear, you need to move. If they ain't got sense enough to leave you alone, you move. You move away from them. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When I started, I was told I didn't need nothing else. I thank God today I didn't listen. Because they can look me square in my face right now and say, well, all right then, Dr. Robinson. I said, thank you. You know, and we've earned what we have. We didn't, nobody give you nothing. You work for it. You go to school, you do your work, you do what you got.
Cried, stayed up plenty of nights.
Yeah.
My feelings been hurt. She told me to sit down somewhere, get it
Yeah.
together. I didn't want to hear none of that. And my feelings was hurt. But at the end of the day, what she did was she tried to tear me down, and I got back up and I said, oh, I'm okay. I got it. And now she
So,
okay, she's supposed to love me.
and see, that's it. You cannot go, you in anything in life, you cannot have your feelings on your shoulder. Okay. And
Well, I hold my feelings all the time, though. They say you just soft. My feelings be tore up all the time. But when I cry, I just get mad. And when I get mad, it just make me more push forward because I cry all the time. They tell me I was a big crybaby, but when I cry, it just made me more focused and be hard on what I needed to do. But this is something that I would never, ever gave up from the day that I sat in the dean's office and gave her my paperwork. I'll never give this up. I love this organization. And that's why I'm gonna, until I live, until I die, I'm gonna always be for the National Beauty Cultures League and Virginia State Beautician Association.
look at him. Look at him. Dr. Barnett. What you got to say, baby? Hallelujah.
I love this organization. This organization is a lot of good people have came through this organization.
Yes.
A lot of good people, a lot of wisdom. I don't think people realize that how much wisdom and how much growth you can learn in this organization. And then when you feel like you know everything, you don't know nothing. I mean, I play dumb every time I sit at the table because I want to eat more and more and more. But when it's time for me to rise, oh, you know I know some stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to take it all in because it's something just to be humble, to understand what I'm learning. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna show all over you in your business, in your paperwork, in your retirement funds. Because they teach you all of that in this organization. What you got? You working so hard, you ain't even got a retirement. You can't even pay no taxes because you can't get a Social Security check because you ain't pay no taxes. You can't buy a house for real, unless you pay some taxes. We learn, this is the things you learn in the organization. And it also teach you integrity.
Yes.
It makes you, the last thing that they're gonna learn in the Institute this year is critical thinking.
Yes.
We have critical thinking every year.
Yes.
So I was wondering when the dean said she was teaching critical thinking, y'all. I was like, did she teach that last year? But then I thought about when she said critically thinking. You think about critically thinking. If you really critical think, you'll be able to figure out what's your plan, how I'm gonna get there, how I'm gonna achieve it. You gotta really think of a plan. We don't have a plan. If you ain't got a plan, you can't really, you don't strategically can move. So you want to be able to get, and you know, in my book, failure is not an option nor a thought. And I tell my students that every day. It's not an option nor a thought. We keep pushing. We keep striving. Don't let nobody stop your dream. If you don't know how to get with this organization, Google it. If a state don't want to take you, it's a state that will take you. And if a national going to take you, the national say they never deny anybody.
That's right. That's right.
So if you're looking for a role model or something that you need to hold on to give you hope, this organization can help you build a model from. Take it. Take it. This lady here, let's talk about it. It's a great forum. Believe me, I love my sister. I love my brother. They are the best because at the end of the day, when I'm down and out and I may not know or I know or I just need to know on another side, because you got to be around like-minded people. I say, well, am I thinking this wrong? They said, no, Dr. T, you're on point. And even if I'm wrong, she said, well, T, look at it like this. I'm with that. Because I understand being right or wrong. But that's why this organization, you can link up with so many people. I got a sister in Detroit. I got a sister in the Bahamas.
Yes,
I got a sister all over. I'm excited because we have a sister. It's a sisterhood, brotherhood.
it
It's a
is.
link up experience. It ain't no get up together experience. It's a learning and
That's
education
it. Yes.
experience. Take that. You get to travel to, when we went to, remember we went to Savannah?
Mhm.
When we had the conference in Savannah? That was the best. We went to Birmingham. We done had a lot of mini conferences. That's how long I've been with the organization. Y'all looking like y'all slow, like y'all can't
Well,
I
remember.
remember when you
Because
came. Well, I wasn't in it when y'all came to
I've
Birmingham,
been,
but I was.
I remember when Rashad was in the, Dr. Brosnick was in a freshman and he had the student fashion show. He was the student, they had the student competition. He was a commentator. Remember that?
Nope.
You don't remember? Oh, don't you act like that.
Hey,
You remember.
you do
You
remember
remember that. But we had, and it was just so much fun. So, I mean, it's a learning experience. We have fun as a family. We are a big family. Sometimes we don't like each other, but we still love each other because
Yeah.
we don't have no other choice. We don't have no other choice. In a family, you love them today, tomorrow you don't. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, education.
Yeah. And
We want what's going to pay us. As my son said, make it make sense. Make it
okay.
make sense.
Okay.
Make it make sense.
We also have a sorority,
Yeah.
fraternity. And
Fraternity.
fraternity, brother. Talk about you, bro. Yeah, you. So,
Yep.
we have a great thing going on, and we want to share it with you. Now, this is not the last time you will see us three together, because Dr. Broadnecks will tell me what we're going to talk about next week, or Dr. T, I don't know, whoever got the topic. But we're going to come back on. We're going to try to
How about
encourage
we'll
more
just
people.
be here next week?
Oh, listen to him. Yeah, we might have a student or two on, and we may let them talk, from their perspective, to pretty much let people hear from them. Because let's talk about it, does not just talk about hair issues. We talk about it, whatever. We'll talk about whatever needs to be talked about to help our people, to help our industry, to help those that are looking for ways to better themselves. Because I'm looking at the situation even in schools, people preparing to go back to school, and it's kind of frightening for some because of the COVID. And they're having to readjust. Even my grandchildren, they're having to readjust because they're now gonna, I used to work with homeschool. So setting them up is not gonna be a problem, but it's gonna take some adjusting for my daughter to get her everything together so that they can get the education they need. Well, it's the same with our businesses. Things are not pretty much like we used to them being. So now we got to readjust and kind of formulate things so it can work in a more excellent way. And it's the same with the Institute. Institute this year, I'm overjoyed being a part of the organization, because when I looked at all those students online, it was just, my screen couldn't hold them all. I had to go from one screen to another screen just to see people that I hadn't seen, in a while. And it was just wonderful to see them even in the Bahamas, Florida, you name it, they're here. So that lets me know that there are like-minded people all over the world that want what we have to offer. So that's why we're coming to you today, offering it to you. So like I said, if you are interested, or like anything that we've said, or want to know any more information about it, you can inbox either one of us. All of us on social media. Is not hard to find us. You can also go on our website, which is nbcl.com, isn't it? Correct?
nbcl.info.
Info. See, Suzette said com. She's wrong. Info. So go on there and check it out. And I'm gonna tell you something. Any organization can be what you want it to be. If you put your heart and your energy in it. I listen to people all the time say, hey, well, they ain't doing nothing. What they have is not real. Well, I got news for you. What I've received from the Institute has not only catapulted me to working, I mean, I can get a position in the hospital now, working with cancer patients. See, and it comes from doing your resume. And like Dr. T said, a lot of people don't know how to write a professional resume. Okay. And you learn that in the Institute. And so, with that being said, we're able to do things that we dream about. Okay. And so, we want to just bring it to you all and let you all know the different things that we're doing. And so, once again, I am Dr. Suzette T. Robinson. And here's the lovely Dr. Latanya Terra Farrell and the magnificent Dr. Rodnax. His name is Rashawn, and we love him. And I appreciate them tonight. And this is of many. So we'll be on. If you have any questions and any topics that you want to talk about that we can bring some clarity on, please feel free to inbox us, or you can send it to p2pinformation7@gmail.com. If you're looking to expand your education in the hair restoration or hair loss sector, you can go to Wigs by Suzette and look under the class registration, and you can find out classes that's offered to help you expand your business, because that's one thing we see a lot of people dealing with hair loss. If you're in the Virginia area and you would like to get into a magnificent school, you do need to hook up with Dr. T. She has a magnificent school. It's beautiful. I mean, it's really nice, you know. And so the atmosphere is wonderful. So it makes learning just a whole lot better. And but I will say this about her. If you take a class from her, she's very strict. She's serious. Okay. She's smiling, but don't let that fool you. Okay. But she's a great educator. And I'm gonna tell you something. You can't be no great educator being a jelly bag. Okay. So you got to have some, you know. And so, and if you're in the DC area, and those of you, I'm so serious because I'm trying to get him on the platform to do his classes online. For those of you that really want to know how to really do wigs, I ain't talking about gluing it on a cap, and that's a quick weave. And I'm talking about wig making seriously, and really learning the theory of wig making. He is the person for that, okay? And after I finish this, I'm gonna get their information so I can tag it at the bottom of this video so that you can get in touch with them. And I'm just excited and so happy. So I think it's time for us to sign off now. But it has been a pleasure to come before you. Yes, it's time to go. You know I got to go to bed.
Now it's time to say goodbye
All our
to all our
family.
family.
Don't say MIC.
Yeah,
It's
I
IOC.
know. NBC.
Help.
LLLLL.
Oh, we just created a song. So we're excited. We will be.
Unacceptable. You know she's gonna say that's unacceptable.
I know it. Dr. Tarragona, we're going to do better. And we have one of the best deans. We love her and love her efforts in helping us. We have a magnificent president, Dr. Katie B. Catalan. And she's a jewel to have. And she helps keep us all in line. So we just shout out to the IOC, the NBCL, and we're getting ready to sign off. But we will be back on, if the Lord says the same, on Tuesday with a greater topic. So I'm going to say Good night.
Good night.